What's up, guys? Welcome to Indepth. I'm PotatoMasher45.
And I'm Neckchess.
And today we actually had our first guest on the show by the name of PotatoMasher45. Go check him out. Links in the description. We had a really interesting talk with him, honestly.
It was pretty cool.
It kind of got really funny. Things about his gaming channel. Things about really odd childhood habits. I mean, honestly, we all have the one thing that someone will say, bruh, why you do that? Something just happened that's incredibly funny.
So, as we were saying.
Anyway, things like a situation with a certain neighbor of his. And the cool thing is, we were all able to, kind of...
Hungry over there?
Yeah, Potato Masher broke back in. Get out! Anyway, we've got a lot of relatable subjects,
games,
crazy people, games, just in general. It was a good conversation, and I hope you enjoyed. On with the rest of the podcast. Let's go up, Neckchess.
Hey, Party Sheep.
What's up, Potato Masher?
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going, Potato Masher?
Pretty good.
That's
So,
cool.
Indepth is taking a turn for what I think is going to be a better experience. Since what I always wanted to do was have people come on and stuff, and have guests. I think this is awesome that we ended up having another fellow YouTuber actually be in person instead of over a Skype call or whatever on the show. I mean, I guess welcome Potato Masher.
Have we done that? A Skype call podcast?
Yeah, the first
Did it work out?
Yeah, it's not on YouTube. Everything's fine about it. It's just not on YouTube because of the fact that there's apparently have to pay for SoundCloud.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't want to pay.
Why do you have to pay for SoundCloud?
I don't know. So I'm like, let's just go back to YouTube.
Anyway, I haven't said a word this whole time. yeah, greetings everyone. I'm Potato Masher.
What do you? I hear you on a gaming channel.
Well, yeah, I've been interested in I've always watched YouTubers play video games and have a commentary while they're playing, and I thought, man, that's pretty interesting.
Who were some of your I mean, you mentioned watching YouTubers. Who in particular, or not in particular, what YouTubers did you watch to kind of initiate this?
At first I watched a lot of PewDiePie, believe it or not. and then I sort of transitioned to Markiplier. And I still watch him. Markiplier
I think
very inspiring.
If PewDiePie ends up watching this, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna shut on PewDiePie right here. I don't like his stuff, his fans, his content.
Well, we used to
discrimination.
Discrimination against the
when I watched him.
Is he Irish?
No, he's Swedish.
Swedish. I was thinking Jacksepticeye.
Yeah. When I used to watch him, he wasn't all weird and stuff. He was actually
with
funny.
all the special effects and crap that he puts in.
I haven't watched him recently, actually. Last time I watched him was a year or two ago?
What was it, Eerie or something?
Just no. I used to mainly watch him for his horror games.
I remember Outlast. Outlast wasn't bad. When he played Outlast, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't bad. I enjoyed that. Yeah.
But the newest content is it's nothing but jump cuts and seizure inducing graphics on the screen. So a lot of times it's flashy and stuff.
Right.
It just doesn't seem like. It seems like he's taken a few steps back in terms of
right.
Something I might have forgot, but what do you do? You upload what games do you upload and what games do you plan to be uploading?
Well, right now I just started my YouTube channel, but I'm right now currently playing Amnesia: Dark Descent, even though it's been around for quite a few years. I love that game, so I'm playing that, and I plan on playing more scary games, and also I want to start getting into recording Call of Duty World at War because I play that all the time. So I was like, might as well record it. Zombies.
Yeah.
I'm into that a lot.
Are you gonna like get a friend and play zombies?
I don't know. I'm used to doing it alone, but
So you're solo.
I'm used to solo.
Is it?
But
I feel like it's easier solo.
it's
You just don't have to worry about other people screwing off.
I literally just played Black Ops 3 at my friend's house, and when we were playing, it was like we got to around like 9 on Deriza. It's just like what the heck. And then when I played solo, I got to around like 17. And then eventually, when we started to get better and better, because we haven't played zombies like what? Probably like a year now. It's been forever. And then we got to around 21.
Remember when you first got World at War?
22.
Wait, the first time you played zombies, the first time you played zombies. Do you remember we were talking about one of the first times you played zombies? One of the first, when you got World at War, the first, like, you started getting all these zombie maps. So, whose last time we're talking about? We're talking about yours, or we're talking about PotatoMashers? The last time you played zombies was a year ago. Who was that?
Me.
Oh, I'm actually surprised by that, really.
Last time I played zombies was like yesterday.
The Black Ops 3 is so much fun.
So, what would you do, like, because remember, sometimes you talk about this, I don't know, I forget when it was like a while ago, like, what would you think if you got big, like, on the YouTube community?
Honestly,
you would give a shout out to me, right?
It's
Yeah.
I give a shout out to everyone. It's such a big, it's just a big community. There's not a big chance that I'm going to ever get famous from it, but it's going to be a good experience.
At least get some sort of like community, like some sort of viewer base.
If I
like a steady like
maybe
600 views.
I would that I'd be most appreciative. That would be amazing for me.
So on to something else. Remember, I've been hearing around about that you're bilingual and stuff. Like, what languages do you end up speaking?
I obviously speak English for one.
No.
Just kidding. This is a recording. No.
Translated by some guy who lives like 6 miles underground.
In Asia.
Yes.
Yeah, I speak English. I think I've learned enough Spanish to say I'm pretty fluent in that.
Dude, I forgot all my Spanish.
So,
like, the last time I took Spanish was a few years ago. No. About a year or two ago. And I guess you could say it was 2 years ago. I don't know how to count.
Yeah.
So, I forgot everything. It went over my head at the very end of it.
Dos, tres.
No, like, I'm saying, like, using, like,
you're new.
like, using, like, the predator and stuff. That just kind of, like, blew my mind. I'm like, what?
Once, dos.
Get out. Leave my trust.
Anyway, that's French. But yeah, so I speak Spanish, English, and I also speak German. That's actually
Say something. Say I love you.
Ich liebe dich.
Thank you. I love you too.
I hate you.
Bless you.
Oh my gosh. We're not getting into that.
Nope.
Yeah, so German, Spanish, English. German is by far my favorite. And I'm currently learning, believe it or not, Japanese and Russian.
Oh, I know German. Das ist das. Wo ist das?
Wie ist das?
Wie ist das?
Wer ist das?
Didn't you? I remember hearing. I think Nexus might have told me this, or I heard it somewhere. Was there ever like? So it was either one of the brief times we talked, or something else where you were saying that you were learning along with that, like, Italian.
Okay.
Trying to.
Yeah,
Like, whatever happened with that?
I started learning. I can't remember, like 6 or 7 languages, including German, Spanish, Russian, not Japanese. I just started recently learning that. But before, I started learning French, Italian, and Swedish. But
All at the same time?
all at the same time.
You were just like, Mamma Mia!
I didn't get too far in those 3 languages, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to focus on other certain ones. And so I sort of stopped there.
And
Yeah.
you really enjoy German.
Oh yeah, I love the language. I love the culture. It's
Don't you want to be like a translator?
yeah. I actually plan on being
That's cool. Like for what? The police or?
some probably some sort of
CIA.
government based
Yeah.
agency, being as a translator, going to German embassies.
I want to
who
watch. I want to watch you get wrecked. Just like no.
I can actually imagine that.
Just
But-
like you can
Well,
make it.
it's actually hard for me to speak German because no one around in my community, like I have no friends who speak German.
I speak
don't,
German?
I don't have no. You don't.
Wo ist das?
I
Was
have
ist das?
actual German, not 5 sentences.
Fine.
But other
Ich
than
bin
that,
Angelina.
I'm a jelly donut.
I'm
like,
a jelly.
Yeah, so it's hard for me to be able to practice it with other people because no one else.
Wait, isn't there
knows
a
it.
kid in school?
You can speak German? Wait, is there?
Yeah, I did mention once that there is a kid, but he's like 5.
Oh yeah.
Not really 5.
Well, no,
like,
he's 7.
he's like
He's like straight out of
7?
Germany.
I don't know
He
how.
looks like he's in 3rd grade though.
No, I think
He's
he's
like
in
a
like
pony ball.
7th grade maybe.
7th grade?
I don't know. I barely know his name.
What do you call it? So I mean, those are kind of cool and all that. But like, how? So things like the first time on the show and stuff. How would you describe how yourself as a child, like a childhood?
My childhood was very messed up, dark and scary times. We used to crucify baby dolls. And
What?
Didn't you do that with your cousin?
yeah, my cousin. I used to have him over all the time. He's
Like like the Jesus crucified, or like
we used to take nails and put and nail a baby doll to a tree.
remember one time you were telling me like that was like a Barbie doll or something.
Yeah, it's like a Barbie doll.
Through the
Yeah, you just threw the right in crotch.
Yeah, you don't want to know that stuff.
like
We also did other things like hang the dolls. They were actually all my little sister's dolls, and she got so mad when we did it.
Does that like?
Uh,
I'd laugh if like you became like a psychopath and like a murderer and started hanging people.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like it all started back when I was
And you-
like 5.
And like they would, your signature thing would be like a doll next to the Hun person.
Like there's always
like a Hun doll right beside it.
Potato Masher was here.
they end up like finding you during a let's play.
Hey,
They kicked them like,
this
get
is
on the
new.
ground.
Oh, this is new. But yeah.
This is a good video.
Oh man.
It's a good video by the way, but you going to jail.
Wait, can I finish this video first? Yeah, sure. 20 minutes.
I'm gonna like this video.
Of like he's like, okay, everybody in the force, be sure to like PotatoMasher45. So
Subscribe,
Subscribe.
comment.
we need to track this guy.
Next thing you know, the whole military is watching.
You end up getting like a
Masher.
million subs in a month.
Yes.
Just like,
Like all like they're all like FBI agents from like Russia.
from Russia. But yeah, my childhood was a little messed up, crazy wise. It was entertaining. What can I say? But it was also very imaginative. Besides crucifying dolls, it was very.
PotatoMasher45 here. Oh my god.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Potato Masher, and today we'll be doing a tutorial on how to crucify dolls.
So first thing I want to do, we want to get that nail. I want to put it up against the stream. I want to hit it as hard as we possibly can. Well, if you
maybe hit it like 3 times, 4 times.
if the arm comes off, then you know you're doing it right.
Yes.
Yeah. The thing is, they were naked too.
Tear off the
It was like a selfie with him. It was like a selfie.
But first, let me take a selfie.
I hate that song. Yeah.
Post it on Facebook.
But I
Just
mean, like,
This is me.
by a Hun doll.
speaking of speaking of the speaking of the childhood thing, like personally, I have never moved. Like since I've been going to the one school, I've never moved outside of my house.
Right.
Like it's always been chilling at like Price's place. And
Why
it's
did
like
you just drink my drink?
Ah, delicious.
Okay.
Sorry.
it's like one fixed house. I've never like gone. I've never moved to another district or anywhere else. Like,
Right.
I mean, but I haven't. I heard that you and your family had moved. Actually, somewhat not too long ago. I mean, within like recent memory.
Yeah. Recently, just a few years ago. I won't discuss exactly
Yeah.
what happened, but there were some problems. Not like exactly financially, but just some
Like general, like
Dumb lawyers.
just
people being stupid.
people being stupid. There's a way to put it. And
That's exactly
we
what it is.
had to move, and it was the first time I've moved in quite a while, like 9 years, and so it was very difficult. I loved that house very much, and I had so many good memories there. And then
Oh, that's where I put the doll.
that's where I put the doll. Yeah, it's like
Oh, you should have left someone though.
Oh.
And crucified, like I have like you had like trees in the property.
Yeah.
There's
There's
like
a whole bunch of crucified.
like
dogs.
on the side of like the attic wall, and there's like written in like blood, "You're next."
You're next.
You have like a pentagram on the ground.
Oh my
You're
God.
next.
We should have done that. We should have done. But speaking of dolls and the other house, my brother and I, we had the stuffed Spider-Man. He was like 4 feet tall, and we just threw him around, hung him. One time we hung him from the barn, which was directly across from the road. We hung him we had a barn, and we opened the door at the top, and we hung him through it, and he forgot to take it down. And one day after school, the bus drove by and dropped us off, and I can imagine people have seen that. Like, what is that?
Straight out of
Just like a
Just
dead
a
body
dead
hanging
body.
it
from
was like flapping in the wind.
like a flag.
But I mean, like, how long did it take you to find like another place to settle down and chill?
We had to move within 2 weeks, I believe.
Oh wait,
We were initially given a week to move,
And then, yeah.
we sort of convinced them to give us some more time, which is not fair by them because I don't believe they. I believe we have at least a month. I think a month to move. I think, but they give us a week to move. But yeah, again, not going into details, but yeah, it's
Like, where you live now, like, what do you think of that? Like, even though obviously it's not the same, how would you like compare it to the old house?
it's comfortable. You know, the other house we didn't have any heating.
Didn't?
No, we didn't. We didn't have any heating.
No,
Like, besides a coal stove.
Yeah, you had a coal stove.
Yeah, besides a coal stove, we had some electric heaters, but like not like there wasn't much insulation in there. But now here, there's like at the new house, there's like a bunch of like every inch is insulated.
I noticed, because we're currently, like, I went over to PotatoMasher's house to pick him up for the podcast, and I noticed like walking outside to walking here is like you can feel it, like, because when I came up your porch, and I'm like, I walk in, I'm like, okay, PotatoMasher, let's go, and I could feel like a night and day difference between outside and in here.
Yeah, it's there's like heating all over the house too. You turn on the furnace, right? That's what it's called, furnace.
I believe so.
Whatever you call it in English. I can't even remember anymore with all these languages. Yeah.
So, at least when being the person who has never moved, but everyone around me has moved. I had to deal. I remember there was one time I had to deal with like a crazy, like psychotic, like neighbor kid.
Oh.
I mean, like, since you've moved, like, how would you describe the locals around? I guess
The locals. Yeah.
You had the same problem, didn't you?
remember we talked about this just briefly before this.
Yeah, we've 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 had a neighbor. They're gone now, but we had a neighbor. It was just a mom and her child, a girl, and they were obnoxious. They were like crazy neighbors.
She was like, what? Well, right now she's in like what, 9th grade?
I don't know. I don't care. Ninth grade.
I see her sometimes in school.
Mhm.
She's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. But yeah, she's like they're messing. They actually called the cops on us for running around, playing, basically.
Like, like, I don't even know why one would go about doing that.
Yeah, like, we've had such an imagination. Like, my family has such an imagination to where we'll go outside and run around playing war.
You probably run around naked.
No, we
It's
don't.
like imagination.
We don't do
Street
that.
game.
But yeah, we were using guns, but they were fake, obviously, and they knew that because they've seen them before. We used to be friends with them.
Like, what happened to? So you said you used to be friends. Like, what happened to? Shatter that
I
dynamic.
have no idea. We used to talk all the time. We used to have each other over. Mainly my brother associated with them, but yeah, I honestly don't know. And then one day they just
Like
they
something
seem
crazy.
normal. Yeah, they seem normal, and then all of a sudden one day they seem crazy. I have no idea what that was from. It was
They
weird.
were crazy.
They were crazy the whole time.
They were planning to kill you. They're just like, hey, let's be friends. Hey, give me money.
I'm a bad man.
I'll hang you just like how you hung the dolls.
Like, how do you know about that? Like, I know everything in the NSA.
Yeah, but they're just the crazy
I
names.
am the NSA.
I am.
She has like a tattoo of like just NSA on her back.
That's
Like on the
just-
back of her forehead, she's like Agent 47.
Has
There's
two
no-
silenced pistols.
She's wearing a wig. She's bald.
They're like, wait, why are you balls? Like, I had cancer, okay? Just puts it back on. Here. Well, before we go, there's one thing I heard about, and I want to know if it's true or not. I heard from somebody you got your back a while ago. You ended up like getting your tooth blown up. Like, it looks perfectly fine now. Is that true? Did that actually happen?
This yeah, my tooth basically exploded.
How does one?
Oh yeah, I was there with the airsoft fight.
How does one inform me? How does one go about blowing up your tooth?
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, I was in an airsoft fight, and it was a simple one, and I had a friend over, and he had sort of a high-powered sniper rifle. It was about 420 FPS, I believe, and we were shooting back and forth. Naturally, I wasn't wearing a mask. I was only wearing glasses, goggles. And I barely had my mouth open when I removed myself from cover to shoot, and then all of a sudden, I see just a small ball of white just boom.
It's like Call of Duty all over again.
It's worse than Call of Duty. And I remember feeling a push at my face, and then I just fell backwards. I landed on my back. I was like, what?
Did you see your...
Like, could you see like a fragment of the tooth
I
come out?
couldn't see I didn't see anything. But I could taste BB, blood, and tooth. I could taste all that mixed together.
Did it taste good?
No, it tasted awful.
I remember sometimes we sat at the same table at lunch, and like, yeah, it was just, I kind of, honestly, I felt horrible seeing that, like, because
It was
You're just like, dude, what happened to your face?
I'm like, are you okay with that? And he's like, I don't know, like, I remember there was one time, specifically, like, you had this apple,
oh. Yeah.
and I'm like, dude, honestly, I felt bad, like, I'm sitting there eating my wrap, and he's like, how do I do this? Somebody please?
Yeah. It was very painful because when my tooth it actually shattered, 3/4 about 3/4 of it went missing.
It's like
It completely shattered.
like 3/4, like those quarters of your tooth are like in like somebody's car. So like in the side of your dad's car.
So they ripped out the rest.
Did they?
And then
Hold on. What happened was 3/4 of it shattered, and I found the remaining on the driveway ground, along with the BB split in half.
How long did it take you to find it? Was it like the next day?
the BB split in half.
Yeah, like the next day I went back, and yeah, the BB split in half.
How?
My tooth is just that.
So like it hit your tooth.
And
well,
the BB
your
shattered.
it is bone basically.
Well, I mean like, so it hit his front two teeth. Like it hit one of his front two teeth. How does that shatter? Because it's like me throwing a ball up against the wall. Like obviously not a glass ball, but like me chucking a ball up against the wall and having it break clean in half.
Yeah, I don't know. Just all I knew was that they were both shattered. And alright, so it took me a while to get my tooth fixed, and what happened was because it wasn't like a loose tooth when it all just falls out. My root canal, which is the main nerve in the tooth, was hanging out. So
If you could feel ever hit it.
I didn't bother touching it, but it was like sticking out a little bit, and it's basically a nerve.
I mean, like when you were like consuming food, could you when it touched it, would it like hurt?
It hurt. It felt like I was being stabbed in the mouth, literally. Because
So
it's the
like
nerve
this?
sticking
You
out.
have to like
It
take the apple.
It's kind of like a bone like sticking out of your wrist or something.
Right. A broken one.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I put up with that for I think 2 weeks.
Do you remember sometimes like when you pass by in school and stuff, you say, "Hey, dude, either the captain like I remember we had to like leave like 12 times or something. That's probably an exaggeration, but multiple times to get this whole thing like sorted out. Like
yeah, it took me forever to get the actual like I have a cap now, as you can see. It's a big tooth. It took me forever because they kept messing up. They kept giving me temporary caps. They were temporary, and then they finally had to redo the final one like twice.
Your teeth are too big.
And even then, the tooth is still too big in different colors. So,
but like, if like I was like talk to you like in the hall, I wouldn't notice it now.
You should like paint that. You should paint that.
Probably because you're used to it.
You should paint that tooth like green or something.
I should paint. You know, my dad actually had the idea. I should get a golden tooth.
Yeah.
Just be like a Russian or something. Russian hitman.
PotatoMasher the pimp with his golden tooth.
Меня зовут Дмитрий Пасков.
But there was a person in my grade who apparently got chipped both of the front teeth.
Oh, really?
Wait, in your grade?
Yeah. Because I met up with him in BOCES, and because we were in the same group, and he was like, dude, like, I can't, because our teacher was like, here, she had a thing of pretzels and she was handing them out, and he's like, I probably shouldn't eat this because my broken teeth. And I'm like, dude, your teeth look fine. He's like, no, they broke them because of like a bottle cap or something hit them hard enough to crack them both.
Wow.
So
did he have to go through the same thing I did?
I don't know how long the process was because we didn't really talk that much. We talk a whole lot about everything now.
Mm-hmm.
Stop playing footsies with me.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
So
weirdo.
Next time we're gonna end today's podcast. So your whole YouTube channel thing, like everybody should go check that out. Like
yeah, they should.
There's a whole bunch new content's being added. Very in very rapid succession. Like there's a few new videos coming out a few times a week.
Yeah. I'm starting it small for now because, obviously I don't have a lot of time. I'm actually still in school, so I don't have all the time in the world to be making videos. But I'm still trying to get them uploaded as fast as I can.
And you're only playing
right
Amnesia
now
currently?
Yeah, currently I'm only playing Amnesia, but I want to get
kind of expand your horizons.
Yeah, I'm gonna start uploading videos of gameplays of like Nazi zombies or something.
Kind of like map highlights or map spotlights.
Yeah, it won't be too long. But
I have a question. If you could describe your life, one word, what would it be?
Oh,
Intense.
goodness. My life.
Crucifying a baby. This is intense.
My life in one word. Pathetic. No, I don't know. I have multiple views of my life, so I couldn't sum it in one word.
Okay, 2.
2 words.
Crazy neighbor.
Crazy neighbor.
That's my life, people. Yeah, I honestly don't know. That's a very good question. It's something I'd have to ponder about.
So, well, I'm gonna cut you off there.
Yeah.
But we're really glad you could be on. Maybe on in the future because I want to get more. I want to get a variety of different people coming on, like different YouTubers. Maybe it'd be cool to like have a celebrity on, like Obama or something. I'm saying somebody of that caliber.
Speaking of Obama, I found a ladybug in my pizza.
What's that have to do with Obama?
What?
2 to be precise. No offense, Obama.
2?
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, I found 2 ladybugs in my pizza tonight.
Obamacare.
Obamacare couldn't fix this.
Wasn't there like a meme or something? I don't know.
I remember I sent one of my friends picture. It was Obama. It was the Obamacare hotline 1-800-PU. And his mom saw it, and because apparently I had logged in. He had logged in and forgot to log out, so I didn't log. It appeared on his feed from him.
Nice.
His mom's like, "What is this?" And he told me in school, like, "Dude, she got mad." I'm like, "Lol."
That's funny.
But anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode of the podcast. PotatoMasher, do you have any last words?
Do you have any last words, my friend?
Before you cut this off.
Before you crucify another baby.
Don't get yourselves killed.
And don't crucify dogs.
That'll save your life one day. My words will save your life. Trust me. Trust me.